at Always Irish Inc. now. Audio only, anywhere you want me, you could get me. Emails, alwaysirishnd@gmail.com. Call in line 312-900-8815. Seems like the staff's about to be complete. Stay tuned for the call-in show details. I want to know what you think of it. So, it's not officially official, but it's official. Notre Dame's hiring Al Golden as defensive coordinator. If you've been paying attention at all, this shouldn't surprise anybody. When you had, all these defensive coordinator candidates, then everything slowed down to a standstill when the Super Bowl was about to come. Everybody pieced it together, and everybody just kind of agreed we have to wait till the Super Bowl's over, and it's probably going to be Al. Okay, so things have been trending this way for a while. This should not be a surprise to anybody to learn that it's going to be Al Golden. I have some very specific thoughts and takeaways regarding this hire. Overall, it's fine. It's fine. Overall, it's fine. Like, I don't have anything to complain about. It's fine. And there's some very specific things in here with Al Golden that I like about it that aren't things you could calculate. They're not on the field things. They're not recruiting things. They're not metrics with numbers on them, but that I find value. And that, to me, is one of the more interesting dynamics of Al Golden joining this staff. So let's get into those details now. So while Notre Dame may be conceding some of the high-end upside potential that new, young, up-and-coming coaches offer by going with an older, more established Al Golden, there are considerations that are made here. You're giving up some things and you're gaining some things, in my opinion. Here's why I'm comfortable with this dynamic. Number one, Al Golden's been around the block, not just as a coach for decades, but as a head coach. He's seen it all. Al's been around for a long time. Marcus Freeman can lean on Al Golden's head coaching experience for guidance. I was thinking for a while Mike Elston would be that long-term guy, old head, that Marcus could rely on for some bigger picture issues, that kind of thing. Then Elston left. So yeah, Harry came in, but Harry doesn't have that personality. That's not his world. So I was looking at this staff wondering, where can we get one of those guys Marcus can rely on and lean on with head coaching experience or decades of experience, period, at a high level? Al Golden offers that comfort and security for Marcus Freeman. There are no stats for that, but I think it's something Marcus is going to need as a first-time head coach. I like this dynamic. There's things that are going to come up that Marcus needs to be able to go to somebody and ask for some advice or say, how would you do this? How would you handle this? This part's going sideways on me. How do we stop this? Those kind of discussions need to be had. And a first-time head coach with all the responsibility that comes with it at a place like Notre Dame, Marcus needs a sounding board. Al can be that. He can be that, and I find some comfort knowing there's a guy on the staff now that Marcus can go to in this regard. Here's the other thing. Unlike a young, up-and-coming, rising star coach, Al Golden's likely to stay at Notre Dame for a while. I don't know if he still has head coaching aspirations or not, but especially if he doesn't, that's a guy that Marcus can build around and rely on and know he's going to be here. Al Golden is not the defensive commodity that Tommy Rees is offensively, that the NFL wants him and this and that. So I think there's some stability there with Al Golden that we don't have on the other side of the ball because Tommy Rees is a sought-after guy, and you don't know how long you're going to have him. So If Al can stay around for a while, that gives Marcus some stability. Here's the third thing. While I like the appeal of the young, up-and-coming electric recruiter, modern, relate to the younger kids type vibe, we have that all over the team now in other position coaching areas. So I'm fine with one of these guys being an older guy with this head coaching experience and not having everybody almost be those younger, energetic type guys. We have enough of them, I guess is what I'm saying, to where I'm totally fine with this, comfortable with it. All right? Couple other items of note. Al Golden's going to recruit. It's going to be fine. Al Golden's not afraid to recruit. He's going to recruit. It'll be fine. Here's the other thing. Al, I don't know how many people know this. Al Golden likes Notre Dame. He has been close to working at Notre Dame more than one time, and he even interviewed for the Notre Dame head coaching job that eventually went to Brian Kelly. So Al Golden likes Notre Dame, knows what they're about, understands their value system, and he's fine with it and wanted to work here before. I think that's a great, great sign. He did really strong work at Temple. And here's the part that's going to make some people laugh. Depending who's watching, some people mad, but I doubt it. But here's the deal. Regarding Al Golden's Miami stint, after it failed, I was reading and seeing and hearing that Al Golden just wasn't a culture fit for Miami. What's my response to that? Good! Good! You know how happy that makes me that Al wasn't a fit at Miami? Great! Great! That's the best news I heard about all this, was what a bad fit he was at Miami. Good! You know why? Because he has a tinge of class. And that makes you not a fit down there. So good! It's my favorite part about all this, is that he wasn't a fit at Miami. Good! So, overall, this is a fine, solid hire. And I find a level of comfort that cannot be measured in knowing Marcus now has somebody on his staff with decades of experience, with head coaching experience in vastly different places, Temple, Miami. He's going to recruit. He's seen it all. He'll be able to adapt on the fly. I like it. There's a lot to like. And I'm comfortable with how this all shook out. So, to me, I think it's a really solid hire. Now it's just time for this all to come together. Everybody get situated, get established, get to know each other, get to learn who in the staff is good at doing this compared to that. You know, everybody has strengths and weaknesses. Even really good coaches have areas they're stronger in and weaker in. Marcus is in that feeling out period right now of who could do what, who could be relied to do what, who might need a little extra help in this area. You know, you want to give Harry a little extra recruiting help. I get that. This big calibration's going on right now. So Marcus is trying to figure out, okay, now I got my staff. Let's establish roles. Let's try and figure out some of these strengths and weaknesses and do what you need to do. So I'm excited as long as nothing else changes, like Tommy Rees leaves out of nowhere now that we think the staff's all built up. As long as that doesn't happen, and this actually is it, I feel good because you're wrapping the bow on this coaching uncertainty. Now it's fortify what you got and let's get out on the damn trail and continue to build the momentum that is already existing in that 2023 class. Let's roll. So I am fine with this, and I'm excited to see how Marcus's first staff's going to do. It's going to be an interesting learning experience for all of us. But I'm fine with this. I don't think anybody should have a big problem with it. I just don't. And the people that do, it's probably, I want a younger, more energetic guy for recruiting and all. We went over it. You're losing that, but gaining some invaluable experience that is going to help Marcus in ways we're not even going to see. So overall, I'm fine with this. Let's get to work. Good night.